awesome. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, they're great. But first, we have a great guest to introduce you to who's also local, and what a fun job he has. Mikey Rowe explores late-night eateries and after-hour activities in cities all across the country on his Travel Channel show, Feed the Beast. And he's going to join us this morning. Mikey, come on in here.
Hey, Mikey. Welcome.
How you guys doing?
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You don't disappoint.
You do not. Yeah, have a seat. Have a seat.
Bearing gifts, my friends.
Well, thank you. We'll have to dig into that. Hillary, you want to grab one?
I'm moving closer. There's food.
Okay, we thought we had a really cool TV job, but you get to eat your way across the country late night.
I do have one of the best jobs in the world. I can't complain about that for sure. Yeah, Feed the Beast on Travel Channel. I explore the country's best late night food. So after a good night out, which we've all had, and you really are hungry, I call that term wanting to feed the beast.
Yes.
And I brought one of my favorite places in Dallas, Fuzi. This is one of their pizzas. This is with fresh farm eggs from Vital Farms, prosciutto and bacon. So you get a little bit of that breakfast and that pizza that you eat late night a lot of times, but you get a little bit of everything to kind of tuck you in at the end of the night.
Very cool. Now, please tell me that you do have a big night out before you go and feed the beast, so that it's a real, authentic experience.
Absolutely, yeah. I jump in, meet the people in every city I go to. We did New York, Austin, Seattle, San Francisco, and LA.
Very
and
cool.
Chicago.
And so now, how do you get this job? Do you just party really hard all the way through your teen years and college years, and then eventually go, you know what? I'm a connoisseur of all things late night. I should have my own show.
My mom and dad are probably watching, and for the long time of being out in LA for about 12 years, that was a question. What are you doing out there? What are you doing? Are you just partying? Yes, but it was research. Research to figure out the best late night food, and then I became somewhat of an expert on it. Everywhere I traveled, late night food became a big deal because when you go on vacation, everybody asks, "Where'd you eat? Where'd you eat?"
Right.
Absolutely.
Now, sometimes you don't remember where you ate.
Right.
You know, after a night out. But this show really shows you those cool spots. Whether you just get off work, you have bartenders, you know, cops, firemen, nurses. People get off work. Don't just settle for a burger and a bag on the way home. You know, stop at a great place and
get something like this. Well, I love this, and you really focus on finding things that are unique and kind of somewhat gourmet in some sense.
Absolutely.
Like, I was just about to ask you, like, what's the difference between something that's great for late night food and something that really makes a nice dinner or something?
The different late night food, I mean, you can't just go just because a place is open.
Right.
You know, it's got to have good food, and that's what I search out, is to find the places that also are open, but also a fun environment. You know, instead of going to dinner and a movie, go to a movie and a dinner. And go to, you know, go to a movie at 10:30 and it gets out at midnight, 12:30. Then go eat a late night food and talk about it. Talk about the movie.
Well, and I love that you're taking it a step beyond, because a lot of times when I'm out really late, I think, what's open? Oh, I guess I'm going to Whataburger. Do you know what I mean? Because
exactly.
Your mind automatically goes to what you can see is open when you're driving home.
But there is nothing wrong with that egg and potato taquito. There is nothing wrong with that Whataburger taquito.
I'm a honey chicken biscuit guy.
Absolutely. But it's nice that you find places that the locals know about, that isn't just a chain. It's somewhere where you can really get something good, and it kind of helps you find out the personality of the city, right?
Absolutely, and that's what people always ask me, how do you find these places? Best thing to do is ask your bartenders and ask your locals. When you just grab somebody on the street, where do I eat late night? And they'll tell you. They know a place and what to get.
Very nice.
I like it.
What's the strangest late night place that you've ever been to, anywhere in the country?
The strangest late night place. I went to a place in in Chinatown in San Francisco called Yut Li, and one of their specialties for late night food is frog.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good or no? Does it taste like chicken? I've heard it tastes like chicken.
It's good, but he brought it out as a surprise to me. He was like, I'm going to make something special. And I was like, all right. So he said, guess. And I couldn't guess what it is. And he has a really heavy Mandarin accent. And he says, it's fox. And I said, fox? I can't eat fox. And he said, no, like jumping frogs. I was like, I didn't understand exactly what he said. My face went white, but frog was actually really good. Yeah, it was great. It was cooked a little bit differently. Normally you have fried frog legs. This was actually mixed up in noodles and everything, and it wasn't fried. It was great.
Is there meat on the frog? I mean, I've heard of eating the frog legs, but is there really good meat on the frog?
There's good meat on it. It's big frog legs, so you get a good bite out of it.
All right, so what's your take on Rocky Mountain oysters? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Not a big fan.
I figured since you're eating very exotic food.
You know, we have Andrew Zimmern on Bizarre Foods.
Yeah.
That's more his specialty. I'm leaving that to you, Andrew. Mine's a late night deal.
I mean, it's funny to hear that, because I guess if you're in a Chinese restaurant, it's different, but you don't think of late night as being exotic. You almost think of it as being maybe more comfort food.
Right.
And there's something for everybody late night. That's the best part about it. I mean, you look at Dallas, you have Velvet Taco, Fuel City Tacos, if you just want those little quick bites.
Good.
It's great. You got Fuzi, you have Buzz Brews. There's a new place open, Pop Diner, that I haven't been to yet, but I've heard great things, and that's open 24 hours. There's a Betty's Best Around Chinese on Greenville. That's open till 4.
Now, since you're local, when you were growing up, what was your favorite late night place to go to?
Ooh. You know, I went to Cafe Brazil a lot.
I was just about to ask you about that.
You get those crepes, the chicken, egg, and cheese crepes. Those are amazing.
We went to SMU, and that was like our spot.
Yeah.
That was the meeting spot after a big night out.
And that's the point that I like with late night food, why it's important to me, is after a good night out, you may go to a concert, so other people may go to a bar, a club, or whatever, but meet up all afterwards and talk about your night and enjoy it and being together and catch up over some great food.
I love it. The fellowship around the table is so important.
It is.
And after a big experience, it's nice to let it all out like that, right?
Absolutely.
You're going to stick around with us for a little bit?
For sure. We got to eat this.
I know, right? Exactly.
We're going to take something left.